welcome back to the channel. Hope you liked last week's holdback video. If you didn't catch that, I highly recommend going back and checking it out, because this week we're going to get into why I am being so terribly mean to my snakes this winter. Let's talk about exactly what I mean. So when it comes to breeding carpet pythons, for the most part, there are two major cues that I follow to really ensure I stimulate the animals to want to breed. The two major ones being a food cycle and a temperature cycle. In addition to that, I will light cycle and shorten the amount of light available to kind of mimic what's going on during the winter season, i.e. the shorter days. But the food and the temperatures are my biggest friends in terms of getting them to want to breed. Right now we're in the middle or close to the end of November. My animals have been off of food for about 2 weeks now, and they're going to remain off of food until February. Now, why am I being so mean to my animals? Why am I being such a big jerk? I should feed them, right? Well, for the most part, we found that carpet pythons, given their prey being a lot of bird and mammals, and for the little ones, geckos and things, in the wintertime prey availability drops dramatically. So they almost get a time of year where there's a few months without food, and it coincides during the cooler months. So what we do to help stimulate follicular genesis in females, spermatogenesis in males, is we food and temperature cycle them. I also do that with my babies. Not everybody does. I find that it prepares them, makes them a little more healthy and virile for adulthood, should they go on to breed for their future owners, future homes, what have you. The other thing I find is it makes for consistently better feeders throughout the year, so they will eat. I like to fill up my notes on food cards here to track patterns and things. They eat voraciously throughout the year. I rarely have snakes ever refuse meals. So this winter kind of fast, if you will, it's good for a lot of reasons. But what you also need to do is pay attention to your animals. You don't want them getting too thin. You need to watch their behavior. Their behavior will tell you everything. Okay, so thermostats. Those are going to be very important for cooling. You're going to change your presets and your settings in there every so often. What I like to do is right around the beginning of December, I will go to every enclosure, stack, rack, and change things in my thermostats. I'll start decreasing the daytime temperature a few degrees and dropping the night temperatures quite further. And over the course of a few weeks, their temperatures will go down into the high 60s, sometimes even lower at night, and in the daytime, they'll get a little bit of heat, but it'll only be for a few hours, and it won't be like it is in the rest of the summer. It'll probably be like low 80s. So that will sort of reflect and mimic what they would experience in the wild. Do that for a few months, and then reverse that programming in my thermostats and bring them right back up over the course of a couple weeks, increasing the temperature, day and night, and duration of those temperatures. That's gonna be when you start seeing a lot of different behaviors. So if you're breeding winter breeders like jungles, popwins, Darwins, coastals, things like that, you're going to be pairing during that cool down from December to February. You're going to be putting a lot of your males in. You should already be seeing your males cruising, pacing, rubbing their noses on enclosures, things like that. In fact, down here, my Crebo boy, he's been destroying the glass and rubbing his face over here, because they like it really cold too, and they are winter breeders as well. So these animals give you a lot of behavioral cues as to what to watch for if breeding is your goal. So at that point, I'm bringing temperatures back up. I've already been pairing animals, and yeah, gonna just ride it out and make decisions according to what animals are doing what pairings are working out. Pair accordingly, give them breaks. After February, you can do some pairing, break and feed, pairing, break and feed. And that's also when you're going to start introducing animals like your Brettles and inlands, spring breeders as we like to call them. These guys will be breeding March, April, May usually, so you'll be getting clutches much later. Now, as you know, my plans for the Brettles this year, gonna take them to the shop. They're gonna live in the back of the warehouse for a few months where it gets pretty cold. I've got a Govee digital temperature reader over there. We've been hitting some mid-50s at night. So they're gonna be going over there next week and ride that out till probably end of February. And then we'll be doing some pairing later on. Of course, I'll be bringing you guys along with me on that. So hopefully we'll get some more beautiful red dragon like Morelia out of this babe. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on for the season. That's why it's been really quiet around here. The rack's starting to empty. Not a lot of feeding going on, not a lot of cleaning. I've got more time to do things like take more photographs. So keep an eye on that. Hopefully a couple more weeks, maybe 1 or 2 more weeks, and the website will be ready. But yeah, that's what I mean when I'm saying I'm being very mean to my pythons this winter. They're getting cold, they're hungry, they don't like me very much this time of year, so, but that's how we make more. Alrighty, so Smokey here is going to help me close this one out. This is my big black-tailed Crebo female, and she is extra thick. She's been eating every like 3 to 5 days, been giving her 4 to 5 like extra small chicks at a time. She's been smashing them, has not skipped a beat, in shed or out, she's eating. And she's nice and cold to the touch. She's definitely building some follicles in there, and hopefully 3rd time's a charm and we'll have some luck. So I'm also not being mean to these girls, or this girl. She's getting food a lot. So very different from the pythons. But the pythons, winter's here, and mean Riley is here. So, but that's gonna do it for me this week. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys enjoyed talking a little bit of wintering snakes over here. Give my sponsors a big shout. Go check them out if you're looking for some 3D printed perching and awesome ideas for your snake enclosures and enrichment. Go look up heliguyserpents.com and heliguyserpents on Instagram. Give him a shout out. He's running discount codes for myself and Patreon members, so don't miss out on those. My other sponsor, Reptiles Express. They're fantastic if you're doing any shipping later on this year, although it's getting cold. Definitely look them up. They've got the best discounts on FedEx. The more you spend, the bigger your discounts get. And they're running a discount Riley50, code Riley50. That'll get you 50% off up to 10 shipping labels per customer. So it'll get you 50% off cumulative the FedEx rates. So it's pretty much the best game in town, best deals around. You won't be spending that much money compared to a lot of other places. You'll be saving a lot more. So give them a shout. They also have a sister company, premiumcrickets.com. They've got a discount code for me, Riley15, that will get you 15% off at checkout. So give my sponsor some love. Again, if you want other perks and discounts, you can join the Patreon. Look me up on Riley Jimison on patreon.com. Pretty easy to find, and take advantage of the Discord we've got going, all the discounts, hookups, you name it. And last but certainly not least, got to show love for USARK and USARK Florida, our legislative wing in the reptile world that fights for our abilities to keep these animals and do what we do. So go become a member today if you are not. Join up. It doesn't cost very much at all, and membership goes a very long way. So show them some support. They support us. Much love to all my patrons. You guys are awesome. Much love to everybody out there watching the channel and supporting me. For everybody who's going to be doing some breeding this year and this season, may you have much success. Hope you have a great winter. And see you on the next video. Later.